Hey guys, it's Dmanswish here, and welcome to my special episode number 10 of video gaming. I can't believe it's been 10 episodes already. How crazy is that? First off, I wanted to talk about the new intro that you guys just saw. And actually, that intro was actually free-handed by me. It took me about 6 weeks to do. And originally it was supposed to be a school project. I was using that as a computer graphics design for my class. And at first it was supposed to be just a basic drawing and everything, and then added onto the computer afterwards. But what I did with it was I first just drew it all out, and I was like, this should probably be an intro or something for my new videos. So I decided to take the idea, and I added some color to it and everything, and I started to think about it, and I decided to use it as my new intro and outro for my new video gaming episodes. So it took me about 6 weeks to do, and I'm really glad that it turned out the way it did because it looks really cool. The only thing I did need help with was drawing Mario. The only thing I did was I outlined Mario, and everything else that was done I did by freehand or just by thought. I didn't have any references or anything really. So everything was pretty much done on the iPad actually. It's called Adobe Idea, which is a pretty cool app. You can draw whatever you want with it. And I used a stylus, and I just pretty much drew on the iPad like I would with a pencil and paper. And I created the cool graphic design of Mario and the NES and everything. So I thought it was pretty cool that it turned out that way. So yep, so that'll be the new intro and outro from now on for my videos. Something that I personally created. So, without further ado, let's get started with this video. Alright, first off, it's kind of random. It's not video game related at all, but I thought it was pretty cool. And I got it at the Ark in the city north of me, and it was a pretty good deal. These are from my brother, actually. And these are the Nike Prestige Air sneakers. And they are a little worn, but, I decided to pick them up for him because he's starting to outgrow his shoes that he has now, and I decided to pick them up for him, and they were really cool. These are like $50 shoes, I found out, and I paid $4 for these shoes. So he loved them, and I thought it was really cool for him to get them, so I picked them out for him. And, yeah, he really enjoys them, so just thought I'd show that. I might as well. I mean, I know it's not video game related, but hey, whatever. Alright, so first thing video game related. I got this off of eBay about 3 weeks ago, and I only have one of these currently. Well, now I have two, and I'm going to be keeping this for sure. It was a really, really good deal. It was $17 with free shipping, and these usually go for $30, and I thought it was a really good deal. What I have here is a Clear Smoke Nintendo 64 controller. And it's official Nintendo brand, and the joystick is really good. I'd probably rate it about a 9 out of 10, I'd say. And it has like very little use to it, is what it seems like to me. These are very, very hard to find. I have never seen one in person before, like, out in the wild or anything. So I always gotten them off of eBay. So my first one was like $11.50, I think I paid for the first one I got. And this one was $17. So really, really good deal. I'm really happy that I got this. It was a buy it now, and it was like 1 a.m. in the morning when I saw it on eBay, so I was lucky. I hopped right on it because I knew in the morning it would have been gone. So I bought it like 1 a.m., which is pretty crazy, but that's what you gotta do sometimes. So, alright, next thing here, real quick. I got these off of Craigslist. It is a stack of NES games and an SNES game. And also this here. I'll show you this first. I got a FC Super Loader light gun. It's just a basic generic brand NES zapper. It's nothing too special, but it's pretty much brand new in the box. I mean, it's only been used a couple of times. And oops. This is these are usually like $10, I think, for a brand new one. So I will be selling it because I usually don't collect third-party brand stuff. And yeah, so this came with the stack of games that I have here to show you next. So First game here, I'm going to show you the Super Nintendo game first. Super Mario All-Stars. And it's in pretty decent shape. I mean, it's a little yellowed on the back half, but I mean, that's just says it's been used a lot, so that's pretty cool. So that was that one. And then next I got the NES games here. First one is Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. I mean, got like 12 of these to sell, so I mean, another one wouldn't hurt, I guess. So yeah, there's that one. And then Kung Fu. And this is actually a 5-screw version. And I have a 3-screw, and I just now found out that I just started thinking that I should just start collecting the variant 5-screw or 3-screw versions of games. So I'll be keeping this one. It's a 5-screw, so that's pretty cool. Next is Donkey Kong Classics. I will be selling this one as well, which it is in really good condition though, but I think mine is in better condition, so I'll be selling that. And then the last three here, this is a really good deal. I'll tell you what I paid after these three, but these are what I really, really wanted for. And so yeah, here we go. The first one here is Castlevania, and it's a little rough on the label. It's been sun burnt or whatever. It's been sun faded, and it's starting to crack a little bit on the plastic overlay. But this is the 5-screw variant different one. These tend to sell for a little bit more than just the regular 3-screw version. I was really happy to find out that I had this in the deal, and I was really excited, so that was pretty cool. The next one is Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. Nothing too spectacular. I mean, this is probably the cheapest one out of the whole bunch of Castlevania games. So, I mean, nothing too exciting, but it was in the deal. And the last one here, this is why I wanted this deal. And I do not have this game yet, and I will definitely be keeping it. And it is Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. And it is in really, really good condition, and I don't see any flaws with it whatsoever. So I was really excited to get this. For that whole deal, for the 7 games and the Zapper, I paid $40. And this was the funny thing about it. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. I was going to meet the guy, and he had to go off to work. And this was right after school for me, so, you know, he had to leave at like 3:30 or whatever, and that was the time we were supposed to meet. So he wasn't home, and this is the first time I had never met a person over Craigslist. What he did is he left his games and the Zapper in a small bag on his porch. I know it does seem kind of sketchy and kind of dangerous, but they were there when I got there, and I picked them up, and I put the $40 in a white envelope and put them under his doormat, and he found it and everything, so everything worked out great. So, but it was kind of weird because I'd never met the guy, and that's never happened to me before on Craigslist, so it was kind of interesting, but it all worked out great. Next here, I got a couple of games that I got off of eBay about 3 weeks ago, and I'll tell you the story here in a second, but I'll just show you the games that I got really quick. First one here is Mario is Missing, and I do not own this one yet, so I'll be keeping it. And the other one is Super Mario World. Alright, and so for originally during this deal, I originally just paid for Mario is Missing. And this was about $8, I think, with shipping. And what happened was, is I saw that they had another listing up, which was Super Mario World, and this game these were listed individually, and what I had noticed was that Super Mario World didn't have any bids on it when it ended. So what I did was, I asked the seller as if they would, you know, just throw in Super Mario World along with what the game I bought, which was Mario's Missing. So they responded back and they said they would do it, and I told them I would pay just $20 straight up for both of them. And they took the offer, and they said they'll ship both of them out for the $20. So I got both of these games with the included shipping for $20, which is really, really good. I'm probably going to be keeping the Super Mario World, just in case in the future I ever get a boxed Super Nintendo console with the Super Mario World package. And if it doesn't come with the game, at least I'll have a spare laying around, so I'll be able to do that. So that's why I'll be hanging on to that one. So that was a pretty good deal. Alright, next here, I did this on Craigslist / eBay. It was kind of funny. It was both. It was listed on both places. It was listed on Craigslist and eBay. I did this about a week ago, and that is an NES Advantage joystick controller. And this is in really good condition. Like, it's been played with maybe a few times. I mean, there's some scratches here and there, but like, it's really nice shape. I will be keeping it just because of how good condition it's in. And I might even put it in the boxed one that I have. Just put this one in the box for the Advantage that I have. So, this was pretty funny. At first, I found it on Craigslist, and it was listed at $20. And I was nowhere near interested when it was listed at that price. So what I did was I just went onto eBay and I typed in Nintendo, and I did distance nearest first, and this was like the second one, and the starting bid was $7. And so I waited till it was about to end, and I just placed a bid at $7, and I won it for $7. And so what I did was I contacted them from their phone number that they had posted on Craigslist and told them that I was the one that had bought it from them on eBay, and that they would just meet, and they met me and they sold it to me for $7. So it was a really good deal how it turned around to be cheaper than I was intending it to be. And they also told me that they had an original NES console, and they have a couple games for it, and then they also have another Advantage, and they had a bunch of regular controllers and a Max controller and all that. And they said that they had them all in their storage unit, and they would tell me that when they would get through that again and get to them, that they would contact me. So I'm just waiting for their reply one day. Hopefully it's not too long, but hopefully they won't forget or anything. But that'd be cool to get more NES controllers and stuff, because I always need them and I always use them and all that stuff. So it was a pretty good deal. Alright, next thing here. This is actually pretty funny story here with these. It's a bunch more NES games. And the funny story with this is that I actually already had all of these games. These were all already, these were in my for sale pile that I have ready to go for putting on eBay. Except for one of them. The first one I'll show you here is the story that really started me thinking about it. Alright, the first one here is Jaws for the NES. And funny story thing is here is this was probably about 3 years ago. This was before I was really collecting, but I wanted to get some old games. And this was when I didn't have an original Nintendo, I didn't have a Super Nintendo or anything like that. I had the FC Twin console, which is it's a retro version. Well, it's a remake of the NES and the SNES. It plays games and whatever. So anyways, I got that, and back in the day, this was about 3 years ago, so I got these games. I got like Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, and Jaws was in there with it. And when I put this game into my FC Twin, it did not work. And from there on out, I had always thought it did not work at all. So I kept it in my junk drawer for about 3 years. And just the other day, just spontaneously out of the blue, I just decided to, hey, what the heck, I'll give it another try. And so I popped it into my top loader, worked first try. So this whole time, I had a really good working copy of Jaws this whole time, and I didn't even realize it. But now that I have it, it's another game to add to my collection, even though I've had it this whole time. So that was a pretty funny mix-up. Alright, and then these other games here, these are all NES games. These are all in my for sale pile. And these are all variants that I have that I don't have of yet. Either they're a 3-screw or a 5-screw, these games. But in this case, I will tell you which one is which when I get to it. Alright, first one is Top Gun. And this is a 5-screw variant. And I already have the 3-screw, so now I have the variant 5-screw. Next one is 10-Yard Fight. This is a 5-screw, and I have the 3-screw version. Hogan's Alley. And this is the 5-screw. I have the 3-screw version. Next is the Super Mario Brothers by itself. I have the 5-screw version, and this is the 3-screw version. And then after that, I have Duck Hunt, which is the 3-screw version, and I own the 5-screw. So that's pretty cool. Next one here is Double Dribble. I have the 3-screw, and this is the 5-screw version. And last but not least here, this is what shocked me the most, was I didn't realize this until I looked through my games again. And this is Castlevania, and it's the 5-screw. And I have the 3-screw version. So I originally had already the 5-screw version of Castlevania, and I have the 3-screw version in my collection. So now I'll be adding the 5-screw version, which is worth a little bit more than the 3-screw version, and I'll be adding this to my collection since it's a variant. So I'm going to start looking through my NES games a little more carefully now and see what the variants are and stuff like that. So that is really, really cool. Alright, next thing here is a stack of Super Nintendo games that I got off of eBay just last week. And excuse me really quick, I gotta get the other one. It fell back behind here. There it is. Alright. Alright, these games were in horrible, horrible shape when I got them. The pictures didn't really depict them very well when they were on eBay. And when I got them, I was really, really upset. When I opened these up from the box, it smelled like a bar, pretty much. I mean, just cigarette smoke just like came up out of the box, like someone had been smoking around them for years and years and years. And I knew right away that these probably aren't going to work, just because of how like bad they looked when I opened them up and how bad they smelt and everything else. But I took 2 hours cleaning these 5 games, and I know that's probably a long time, but it was well worth it because they turned out, you know, way better than they were. 2 of these games I will be keeping, and 3 of them I will be reselling. But I'll show you the ones I'm keeping first. The first one here is Star Fox. And this one was really gross. I mean, I took each game apart and I cleaned it inside and out. I cleaned the teeth of the game, I cleaned the plastic and everything. I got most of the yellow stain off the back of this. I don't know if you can really tell or not, but it was really stained on the back, like smoke yellow, like, you know, someone had been smoking around it and everything. So it was really, really bad, but I ended up cleaning it off as best I could. And the other one I'm keeping is Wario's Woods. And this one wasn't too bad. I ended up cleaning it, but it wasn't that bad. Alright, and these other 3 I will be reselling just because I already own them, and it's kind of a needless thing to do to keep them. So, first one here is Super Mario All-Stars. And this one was, I think this was the worst condition one. Maybe this one or the next one. This one was pretty bad. I had to take it apart and re-clean everything inside, and oh, that was just horrible. This is the one that was the worst, and that is Super Mario World. When I looked on the inside where the pins are and everything, it was just like so much dust and dirt and everything just stuck right in there. Like if you were to try to put it into a console, it would guarantee not work at all. And I was very afraid of it not working at all because of that. But I ended up taking it apart and cleaning it and getting all the dirt out of it and everything like that. So it ended up turning out really nice. So, and it works and everything. All these games work. I'm very fortunate for that. And the last one here is Mario Paint. And this one was pretty rough too, but I ended up cleaning it up. So those 5 games right there, I ended up paying $40 with free shipping. And if I were to sell Mario Paint, Super Mario World, and Mario All-Stars for their suggested retail prices or a little bit less, I will end up getting Star Fox and Wario's Woods for about $5 for the both or something like that. So I will be making my money back and essentially spending a lot less than what the 2 games I'm keeping resell for. So that was a pretty good deal. I'm very glad that that turned out the way it did. Alright, next here is a stack of N64 games, if I can get them all here. Here we go. There we go. There they are. Alright, and I do not own any of these, and I was really surprised because when I got them, or when I bought them, I thought I had a couple of them, and it turns out I don't have any of them. So I thought that was a really good deal. First one is Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Next is WCW NWO Revenge. Some of these games had a bunch of stickers on them and stuff, and I ended up cleaning them off, and they turned out really nice, so I'm really happy for that. Next is Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey. Next is Madden Football 64. I know what you're thinking, these are, you know, cheap games and everything, but these last two are actually what made the deal worth it. Alright, this next one here is Blues Brothers 2000, which is about, I think, an $8 game or so, which is pretty cool, but I paid a lot less than that for this. So, the last one here is the one that I really wanted out of this whole deal, and this is the one I've been looking for a while, and that is Yoshi's Story. And this one's probably the best conditioned one out of all of them, which is really cool. So, out of all 6 of those games, I ended up paying $20 with the shipping. And that's a really good deal, because I think Yoshi's Story goes for like $15 or so, I think. So, it's a pretty good deal when it came to $20 with the free shipping. I was the high bidder out of like 13 or 14 or something like that. But it was a really cool deal. Alright, next here I have a bunch of N64 controllers. And I'll probably just pull them off one at a time, but there are several different deals that I did. These are all from the same guy that I'll be showing you next. And this is over the course of 3 different weeks, or like 3 weeks in a row, like once every weekend. And I had been buying from him for the last 2 years. He used to have a stall up at the flea market that no longer exists, and I'm very upset about that because it was a great flea market and he had a lot of great stuff, but I've basically just been buying from him for over Craigslist and stuff instead, so it's still been working out with me buying from him and stuff. So the first thing I'm going to show you here is the first deal that I did from him about 3 weeks ago, and I bought some Nintendo 64 controllers from him. And this was, yeah, I think about 3 weeks ago. So there are 6 of them here, and I want to show you which ones they are. I'll probably show them from color, like from least expected color, or like from least expensive to more, you know, rare. Alright, so the first one here is the charcoal black one. And they all have great joysticks, I mean 8s and 9s at least. And they all work great. I'm going to be keeping all of them. There are 6 controllers here total, so that's pretty cool. So that was the first one. The next one here is a regular basic green one. And the joystick is really nice. Next is the solid blue one. And this one is really nice as well. They all have very nice joysticks. I picked out the best ones that he had. I mean, he had like 6 or 7 controllers left, and I left him with like just atomic purples and grays. So I got all of his colored ones, which is alright with me. Alright, the next one here is the solid red one. And then after that one, we have the banana yellow colored one, which is an okay joystick. It's probably the loosest one out of the bunch. And last but not least, I was really excited when he told me he had this one. It is the Fire Orange N64 controller. And the joystick is a little loose, but it's still pretty good. And after all 6 of these controllers, I asked him, would he do a specific deal, like a specific price? I offered him this price just to see what he'd say, and he said yes, that's fine. I paid $10 a piece for these controllers, so total was $60 for these 6 controllers. And he said he was completely fine with it because I've bought from him a bunch of times before, and he said that since I buy from him a lot, he said go for it. So I paid $60 for those 6 controllers, which is really, really cool. I was really excited when he told me that I could do that. So next, this was just last weekend, I believe. And first off, I got some NES stuff here really quick that I bought from him. A majority of this stuff here is N64 that I bought from him. So first off, though, I'll show you what he sold to me first. This is the first part of the deal from last weekend. He sold me 7 of these brand new NES pin connectors. and they're all brand new sealed in their bags, and there's 7 of them here, so really, really cool. I'll tell you afterwards where I paid for all of it, but this is just the beginning part. So there's 7 of those. Next is where it gets really cool. I got a bunch of N64 boxes, game boxes, and a couple of Game Boy boxes. Alright, so first I will show you the Game Boy boxes, just because those are not as exciting, I guess. But these ones are a little bit rough, but they're still the boxes, so I'm kind of happy for that. And the first one here is Donkey Kong Land 2, and it's just the box with the paperwork and stuff, and it's not too bad. This is the only Game Boy box out of the 3 that's really good, but it's really good. There's no games in these or anything, but yeah, the first box here is pretty good. Now these 2 are pretty rough. I'll show you both of them at the same time. But it's the Pokemon Yellow version and Blue version boxes. And as you can see, they are very, very smashed and destroyed. And I mean, I don't even know if I'll be able to salvage them or anything, but they do have, the blue one I think is missing the manual, but the yellow one has it, or something like that, vice versa. But one of them's missing the manuals, but they do have all the paperwork and everything otherwise, I believe. So, I mean, not too bad of a deal once you hear what I say, but yeah, very unfortunate these are crushed, but other than that, pretty cool. Alright, next I will show you the Nintendo 64 game boxes. Alright, first one here is the Pokemon Stadium big box here. It's just the box with the inserts and the baggies. There's no manuals or anything like that. I think it's just I believe it just has the baggies in here. Oh, it does have the manuals. Okay, I have the precautions booklets and inserts and all that, and then it has the baggies here and everything. So I pretty much just need the mic, or no, the transfer pack. That's what came with it. Transfer pack came with it, and all I need is the game cartridge in here, and then it'll be complete pretty much. So that is it for that box, which is not too bad. Alright. Next here is Diddy Kong Racing. And this box is in really, really good condition. There is not a crease on it, I don't think. Maybe one little crease in the corner, but that is about it. Like, it's like a brand new box pretty much. And this is just I think it's just the game box only, and it has the manual. I don't think it has a precautions booklet, but I'll have to find a precautions booklet to put in here, and the game cart, and then this will be a complete game. But pretty cool. I mean, I usually don't collect boxed games, but when I come across the empty boxes and stuff, I might as well just go for it. I mean, these are really expensive games anyway with the boxes, so I might as well just go with them. So that's what I did. So that's that one there. Next one here is Donkey Kong 64. And it has a couple of little creases on it and everything, but nothing too bad. It did not come with the expansion pack, but I did put one of mine in there. So all I need basically is I think I need the precautions manual, and I need the game cart, and I can put that in there, and then this will be a complete game as well. So pretty cool. Next is, this one's cool. This will be a really expensive game once I complete it. I think it just needs the game. But that is Super Smash Brothers. I just need the game cart, and I believe this one would be complete. I better make sure really quick, though. Yeah, I just need the game cart for this one, and after that it'd be a complete game. That'll be really expensive once it's complete, so that's pretty cool. Glad that was in there. Next here is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And this one's in really good shape. This is a really good shape box. I'd probably rate it the same as Diddy Kong Racing, probably like a 8.5 or so out of 10, just because of the wear on the corners and all that. But it's a really nice condition box, and it has the manual and the book and the precautions manual. Just need the game cart, and this would be a complete game as well. So that is really, really cool. Alright, and then these two right here. These, unfortunately, are the worst boxes out of the stack, I believe. But there are 2 of them here. And that is the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. And they're both the boxes here. One of them is missing the manual, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And the other one just has the game card in it. So they're just the boxes, pretty much, and they're pretty rough. I mean, they're pretty crushed, as you can see. They're rough on the edges and everything. So, but there's two of them. So I'm thinking about what I should do with them. I might just trade them in at Games Ahoy or something. I might be able to take them there. Maybe they'll take them for some trade-in money or something. Hopefully. I'll see what I can do. But I'll show you in a little bit here why one of the manuals is missing. So that's those boxes. Alright, now here is a stack of 3 games out of that same bundle. But these ones are now complete because, well, one of them was already complete when I got it. But the other 2 are now complete because I had these carts that I was going to sell. And I decided to pull them out of my sell pile and just put them in these boxes, and that way I could have complete games. So first one here, this is the one that was already complete when I got it. It's called Top Gear Rally 2. And this one was already 100% complete boxed game. And it is a little rough. I mean, there's bulging on the top, and the side panels are crushed and everything. But it's a complete game, and I don't have it, so why not? So that was a pretty cool deal. Now these other 2 are really cool. These are the ones that I completed on my own, and it wasn't that hard because I already had the games. So these are 100% complete. First one here is GoldenEye 007. And it's a really good condition box. There's not a crease on it except for one side. And it's in really nice shape, and I'm really happy to get this complete now. And the last one here is one of my favorite games for the N64, and that is Mario Kart 64. And this box is in better condition than 007. So, and this one's complete as well. So, really cool how I completed these games already. Now I just need to complete the other ones that I showed you, and then that'll be pretty much it for those. So, really cool. Now the bundle deal, the whole deal, the 7 NES pin connectors and the 12 game boxes, I paid $95. And that is a really, really good deal. That brings out to be like, what is that? $5 a piece, I think? Yeah, it's $5 a piece. So that was a really, really good deal. Most boxes, I think, with manuals and stuff, go for like $15-20. So to get all these boxes and everything for $5 a piece, that's a really, really good deal. So I was really happy to get that. He contacted me first before he even put them on Craigslist. He texted me and he said, "Do you want these?" And I said, "I'll take a look at them." And I bought the whole box from him. And he originally he wasn't gonna. He had a different price set for the NES pin connectors. He wanted $20 for all 7 of them, which is a good deal already anyway. But since I only had $95 on me at the time, he said, "Whatever, I'll just throw them in with the boxes, and you can take it all for $95." Since I had bought it from him so many times, that he went through with it and everything. So I was really, really happy that he did that. So cool. So another box game, and just got a few more to complete, and then I'll be good. All right. Here now I'll tell you why one of the Majora's Mask manuals is missing. I got this game actually 2 days ago, and it is now complete because I have the manual with it. I bought it off of Craigslist, and it was kind of a random price. It was $53. That is weird. He originally had it listed for $60, and then I talked him down a little bit. He said he'd do $55, and then I said, "Well, I only have $53," which I did. I only had $53 on me at the time. He's like, "All right, I won't haggle with you anymore. I'll just sell it to you for $53, and we'll call it good." So I now have 100% complete boxed copy of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. And the game cart itself is in really nice condition. It's as if it's never been played with. It's the hologram collector's edition version, which is really cool. And it's really nice shape. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. And the manual I picked was the better one out of the 2 that I already had, so that's why I did that. The game by itself normally goes for like $40-50. So I was really happy to find this deal on Craigslist and get the complete boxed version, or the complete box copy of it, for $53. It usually goes for about $75-80, I think, complete. So I saved a little bit of money on that, so I'm really excited to add that to the collection now, to have a complete boxed copy. So that is really cool. Alright, next deal here. I got this on eBay about 2 weeks ago, I want to say, and it was listed as what you wouldn't think it'd be listed as. Like, it didn't have the title of what it is in the title of eBay. It just said Nintendo 64 controller, and that's all it said. And I was the winning bid out of 8, I think, and I paid $15.50. And that is the Extreme Green Nintendo 64 controller. And I was really happy to get this because I've seen these go for well over $30, which is really crazy. So I'm really excited to get this. It has a new joystick installed. It was already installed before it was shipped. And it's not a Nintendo brand joystick, unfortunately, but it's still brand new, and it makes it, more presentable. So it's really, really cool. I'm really glad to add this to the collection. So that is cool. Alright, next deal. I did this about 2 weeks ago from the guy that I just told you about with the boxed games. This was done 2 weekends ago, I believe, and this was a really good deal. He said he had just found it in his stuff that he was selling. He'd forgotten about it, and he contacted me first before even putting it on Craigslist or anything like that. He texted me, and he's like, "Hey man, would you like to buy this from me? You got the first dibs on it." And I said, "I'll meet you in a half hour." I was ready to go. I was right on top of it. And that is an ice blue Nintendo 64 console. It is in really nice shape. It comes with the jumper pack here. It's never been removed. And it's in really good condition. It's not better than mine, but I mean, it is really nice condition otherwise. And what came with this console was both cords. It came with the power cord, the original power cord, and it came with a brand new AV cable here. It's not Nintendo brand, but it's brand new, so it's still okay. And it also came with not one, but 2 matching ice blue controllers, which I will be keeping, because if I keep both of these, then I'll have a full set of 4 ice blue N64 controllers for mine. So then that will be a complete console. So I'll be keeping both of these. I don't know what I'm going to sell with the system yet, but I will be selling the system but keeping the controllers. But it came with these 2 blue ones, and then it also came with these 2 red, watermelon red N64 controllers as well. And these are in pretty good condition as well. I changed the joysticks already because one of them was really loose. I have 2 of these already, so I now have 4. So my watermelon console will now be complete with the 4 controllers. And this was the best deal, I think, yet from him. One of the best, anyways. He sold all of it to me for $80. $80 for the console and the 4 controllers. Now, watermelon controllers are probably more of the rare colored ones than any of the others. And for those to be thrown in with the ice blue console for $80 is a really good deal. I'm really happy that he sold it to me first, and he called me up first and he told me about it. So that was a really good deal. I'm really happy he did contact me. Alright, next here I have a couple of controllers here. Just something basic. They're not too exciting, but I went to a place that I hardly ever go to because I know they usually don't have anything at all. It's called Habitat for Humanity. It's just like another thrift store, basically. And they had these 2 Sony brand PS1 controllers, and I saw them in there, so I decided to pay for them. It was they were having a sale on them because these had been in there a long time, so like all their electronics was like 25% off or whatever. I ended up paying $3 for both of these, so $1.50 each, which is really, really good. I always get more controllers, so that's really cool. I was really happy to see those in there because I usually never see anything in there. I just randomly went in there and just found them, so I was like, alright, that's cool. Alright, next deal here. These were all free. I have done this before. I've gotten these before. But these are all from my local Games Ahoy store from a course over 3 weeks, I believe. First here, I have 3 plastic Super Nintendo game sleeves here. These were free. And then these other stack, there's 19 of them, and that is the Nintendo NES dust sleeves here. I got the basic black ones, and then the regular Nintendo ones. I'm not sure how many Nintendo ones I have or not, but they're all pretty much the same to me, really. I mean, they keep my games from getting really dirty, so whether or not they have the Nintendo logo on them or not really doesn't bother me too much. But 19 of them, and they were all free, so I really check back at my Games Ahoy store a lot, just because they might get more of them in, and they always give them away, so I mean, the more to me, the more better it is. So that was really cool. Alright, next deal here. This was done on eBay about, I want to say 3 weeks ago. Really good deal. Really, really good deal. It was a buy it now, so I really think they didn't know what they had. But I have here 2 more Fire Orange N64 controllers. And to be honest with you, the joysticks were pretty rough, so I ended up changing them out with common controllers that I already had. So I have 2 more of these now, and they also came with a Rumble pack, but I'm probably not going to be keeping this because it's a third-party brand, and I usually don't keep third-party brand stuff. So these 2 controllers, $20 with the Rumble pack. So basically $10 a piece for the controllers. And I showed you earlier I had another Fire Orange one in here. So now I have 4 matching N64 controllers for my Fire Orange console. And so now that console is complete and everything else. So that is really cool. So I was really happy to get those when I did, because there was other offers on them and everything, but I decided to just buy them now. And they said, we'll sell them to you right now at the $20. If every other people are offering us lower, so I just decided to do the buy it now at the $20. So I was really excited for that. Alright, here's the next deal I did about 3 weeks ago. This was one of my first deals that I did since last video. It was like the weekend. It was like that same weekend after I did the last video. So this is like the first deal for this new video. I got here a stack of PS2 and GameCube games and a PS2 controller. And these all came from my local Mr. Money pawn shop. First here I'll show you is the PS2 controller, just basic, you know, black controller, DualShock 2. It's a Sony brand and everything. So I will be keeping this because I could always use extra controllers and everything. So that is really cool. I'm glad I got this in there. So there's that. And then what came with that controller was this stack of games here. And these are all complete games and they all work great. First one is Bionicle Heroes for PS2. Next is Rayman Arena. Next is Combat Elite World War II Paratroopers. Next is Hitman Contracts. Next here is EJ Club World. It's basically like a DJing game. And then these next 2, these are normally part of a trilogy set, but the third one was missing. I'll have to get these regular copies as well because these are part of the set versions. That is Mortal Kombat, Shaolin Monks, and Deception. Both of these games are like brand new. There's not a scratch on the discs or anything. The third one that was supposed to be part of the set, I don't know what happened to it. Wasn't there at Mr. Money, which was unfortunate because I wanted to get all 3 of them for the trilogy, but it's alright. Not too big a deal. And these last 2 here are both for the GameCube, and these were originally from Games Ahoy, and they had been pawned at Mr. Money because they had the original Games Ahoy stickers on them, and one of them had the Games Ahoy receipt in it, so I knew that's where they came from. But they are Prince of Persia, Warrior Within, and The Sands of Time. These were normally marked $7 a piece at Games Ahoy, and for the whole deal with all the PS2 games, the controller, and these 2 GameCube games, I paid a total of $20. And I was really excited because normally their PS2 games and stuff are $3 a piece. And the guy just said, how about this, I'll bundle them together, and how much would you pay for them? I said, well, would you take 20? And they said, that sounds great. So they did $20, and I was really happy with it. So that was a really good deal. Alright, and second to last here, I have a stack of various games here that I got from ARC. These are all from the ARC in the city north of me. And what's cool about this is that these were really cheap as well. And these were all done about 3 weeks ago as well. Maybe 2 weeks. No, probably 3 weeks ago, I think. And these were all really good deal. First off, I'll show you is a Panasonic power brick here. I intended to get this for another NES console in case I get just a unit by itself. These always work great for the NES as a power source. So I always pick these up whenever I see them just because I might need another one. Just because it's not a Nintendo brand doesn't mean it doesn't work. So it was $1 for this, so not bad at all. So I was really happy to find that. And these games here are a lot of them, most of them I'm keeping except for a couple of them. So first one here, I got it mainly for the dust sleeve. I know, kind of weird, but Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, and this ended up being $2. So I paid, I guess, $2 for the game if you want to consider that, and I got the dust sleeve with it. So I'll be keeping the dust sleeve but selling the game because I already have like 2 copies of the game already anyway. Next here I have a stack of PS1 games here, and these are all complete and they all work and they're in really nice condition. First one is Road Rash 3D. Kind of like a Need for Speed, but more of like a fighting deathmatch kind of racing game. Next one is the first Tomb Raider. These were all $2 each. Next is Perfect Weapon. 3 Extreme. Burning Road. And Big Box Caesar's Palace 2000. Well, not big box, but double case, I guess. Well, you know, the thicker case than normal PS1 games. So, pretty cool. I'm really glad that I got these. And then, same day out of that same deal, I got a stack of PS2 games here. There's only 4 of them, and one of them I will be reselling. The one I'm reselling is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And this game is not complete. It's just the disc only. It's missing the map and manual and all that. But other than that, I mean, I already sold my other 2 copies that I already had on eBay, so I know it's been selling well. So the more copies I find of this, I mean, the more money I could possibly pull in. So that's pretty cool. And these 3 PS2 games that I am keeping are all complete and they're really good condition. Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction. Next one is Matrix, Path of Neo. And the last one here is World Soccer Winning 11 7 International. And those were all $2 each. And the last one here was $2.50, and it's a Wii game, and it's brand new sealed. And I usually sometimes never find Wii games, but at ARC, I mean, a sealed game for $2.50 and it's for the Wii, I mean, why not? It's not a great title, but it's World War II Aces, and it is brand new sealed. And so I was really excited to get this because I don't have any brand new sealed Wii games yet, so decided to pick that up. So it was really cool. Alright, and then my last thing to show you guys before, well, not my last thing, I got one thing to show you guys before the end of the video, but the last video game like thing, I guess, to show you here. This was done on eBay about 2 weeks ago, and the starting bid was $19.99 with like $17 shipping or whatever. And what made this deal worth it was because of what it came with. It's just a basic Nintendo 64 console, but I will show you here in a second what is with it. But what came with it first here is the original power brick, the original AV cord here, and then a rumble pack here, the Nintendo brand one, I'll be keeping that. Third-party brand memory card, and then the unit right here with the jumper pack that's never been removed. It's really good condition console. I mean, it was all wiped out and cleaned and everything before it was shipped to me. It's funny to me because this eBay business is actually in Colorado Springs, and it's not too far from me actually. It's just on the other side of Denver. And this was it was like an eBay store, and I was surprised that they didn't catch it when they sold this to me. It's the console here, but why I really wanted to buy it was because of this right here. and I know a whole lot of people don't have these, and there's only documented a few hundred to exist, and there's not a whole lot on eBay at all. And what I'm excited about is that I got one, and it is the Donkey Kong 64 banana yellow N64 controller, and it is like brand new. The joystick has never been replaced. It's all original, and it's all in really good condition. I mean, there's a couple little minor nicks and scratches on it, but it's like as if I got it in the mail back in 1996 or whatever it was. And I am really, really excited to get this because what I paid for the whole bundle was $60. And I know these controllers can go easily up to 80, 90 bucks, if not 100. And to get it with a console and everything else for $60 is remarkable. It's amazing. There was a bunch of other people that were bidding on it and everything, and I was the high bid out of like 14, I think. And it ended up being the total of $60. And what I can do is I'll resell the N64 and hopefully get my money back mostly. I usually end up getting like $50 for the N64 after shipping and everything, because that's what they've been selling for. I've been selling them great for that price. So once I do that, I basically spent $10 on this controller and the Rumble Pack. So this controller for less than $10 is amazing. And I'm really excited to get it, and I know a whole lot of people don't have these. And I'm really surprised that they didn't catch it when they were selling it on eBay. But I'm really glad to have it, and it's probably the most expensive controller up to date right now that I have. And next thing to probably get would be the Nintendo Power 100 Gold controller, but that's a really long time from now, I'm sure. So anyways, right now, this is the best controller that I have, guaranteed right now. So I'm really excited that I got this deal. And so yeah, that's it for all the video game stuff. So last but not least, I'm going to cut away from this main video to show you one last thing that I made in construction class. And it's a really cool Nintendo sign that I personally made. I used a laser engraver machine to laser it all out and everything, so it's pretty cool. So I'll cut right to that right now. Alright guys, just real quick, like I said, I was going to show you my new Nintendo sign that I built in construction class at school. And what's really cool is that this was done in about 2 weeks, and me and my friends helped me out with it a little bit and stuff, so that was really, really cool. It's right behind my door up on the ceiling, kind of like towards the ceiling, so it's pretty cool. And it's right up here. And what I thought was cool is how I hung it up there on the wall. I used a old broken NES controller. I had to cut the cord in half because of how long the controller cord is, so I cut it in half so I could hang it up on the wall there. But I have the Nintendo logo up there, and I have 8-bit Mario, and then I have a controller printed on each side, and then it says NES, SNES, N64, and GC for GameCube. And then it has the NES controller hanging off the bottom there. And I thought it was really cool. It turned out really nice. And that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys. So now back to the main video. Alright guys, well thank you for watching my special 10th episode of video gaming. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a really long episode. I'm very sorry for that, but if you guys love the video gaming stuff like I do, then you won't regret it. So thank you very much guys for watching. Thanks for subscribing, liking. Thanks for supporting me. It's always been a pleasure to make videos for you guys. I'm really happy that you guys have been following along with me since day one. It's been really, really fun so far, and I plan on doing this for a long time. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.